Hello everyone, welcome to Community Impact. I'm Reena Augustine and my guest today is Sharmeen Thomas, who has lived in Brisbane for 9 years now and moved here after getting married to her best friend from her high school days in India. She's a beauty professional with 8 years of experience as a hair and makeup artist, henna artist and South Asian wedding specialist. She is also an MC, host and has more recently also been involved in some modeling shoots and gigs over the last couple of years. She wears a few hats and she rocks them, so she believes. She is a mum to a beautiful 4-year-old girl, her little companion as she calls her. Sharmeen believes you learn something new each day and that experience and gratitude are your biggest strength. Sharmeen is best described as a person who is optimistic, energetic, confident, easygoing, adaptive, and hardworking. She loves traveling, cooking, writing, painting, crafts, and meeting new people. She considers herself fortunate to be connected to some wonderful humans and believes that life is truly enriched with the presence of good people and good vibes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the gorgeous Sharmeen Thomas.
Thank you, Reena.
You mentioned that you love cooking, right? I have tried my best to learn cooking and I even watched YouTube videos and recorded myself so that I can think that, okay, if I record and do the cooking, maybe I'll start liking it. But believe me, it didn't happen. So tell me, you have done hotel management?
I have done my hotel management. Everyone in my family thought I'd become a beauty professional. But I think my father and I, we shared a dream of, opening up a restaurant or something like that someday. And I was convinced that, well, beauty, I'm always going to have a love for it, but professionally, this is where I want to be. So I went to hotel school in Aurangabad with part of the Taj Group. And I used to watch Sanjeev Kapoor as a kid, Khana Khazana, and I was really, really inspired by him. I just knew this is what I wanted to do. And somewhere down the line, I kind of realized that working in kitchen is really sort of labor intensive. And I was like, I'm not sure I'm, made for that. It's highly male dominated.
Oh, is it?
It is. Everyone talks only in curses.
Okay.
So, and of course, I always knew that I'm, more of a frontline kind of person. So if anything, I probably visualized myself as a celebrity chef. Definitely not someone working in the back. Eventually I went on to, dreams change.
When did your dream change? Because from cooking to a makeup artist, where does that align?
So I joined the Taj Group soon after I finished college, and I worked with the corporate office, but I was doing sales and marketing. And like I said, dreams change. Sometimes things go on the back burner. As far as makeup and beauty is concerned, it's not like I've grown up in a family of beauticians. My grandma, my mom, I have 4 aunts, and they're all in the beauty industry, successful in different parts of the world. I'm very, very proud of that. My grandma owns a beauty salon back in Hyderabad that's, I think, 45 years old.
Oh, that's a long time.
So it was the 3rd salon at the time when she opened it up, at a time when it was also, there was a bit of stigma around it, So I'm a proud 3rd generation beauty professional, although admittedly I never thought I'd get into it. But when I came to Brisbane, I thought it would be easy for me to find a job with, my experience back in Mumbai. And I was like, well, I can talk, I can do this, I can do that. But my biggest challenge at that time was that I didn't have the contacts. I didn't really, I didn't really network at that time. I realized it's new. I didn't really have anyone to guide me. My husband's in a completely different field. His family's in a completely different field. So I didn't have anyone to guide me. And, I kept looking, but maybe I didn't try hard enough. But that's what it was at that time. And I kind of started going mad at one point. So I just went to the shop and I bought all these paints and canvas and everything. And I just started making things. I started doing a lot of upcycling art, so I'd take these jars and then I'd paint them.
Oh.
And then, my grandma, again, who is the mother enterprise of the family, she's like, oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing, you should sell it. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, there are a few markets, I can try that, And so I started doing markets, and I'm like, oh, well, I've been doing henna since I was a little kid. I learned that from my mom. And I was like, well, I'll just do that on the side. Mm-hmm. And so I did my first market, it was actually a full charity market where, I didn't get to make anything from it, but everything had to be donated. But I'm like, well, that's a good cause. Let's do it. Yeah. And I started selling some of my artwork, and I started doing henna. The artwork was all right. It was okay. It did all right, but the henna did much better.
Okay.
So I kind of left the artwork behind and went on with the henna. And then I started doing just more and more henna, and then I started doing a lot of Indian brides. And then I'm like, well, I'm doing so much of this. Surely there's something more I can do. And I have 2 of my aunts who are in the US, and they really, they're known for doing makeup, henna, hairstyling for brides and just dressing them up. And again, I'd grown up seeing my, grandma doing that and giving the final touches to the bride, even though, she had girls working for her. Mm. And I was like, well, I think this is what I want to do. So I went to makeup school, and that's how I ended up doing, what I've been doing for the last 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
So you studied makeup?
Yes.
And you're doing something else right now?
I am right now, so again, I think life just comes a full circle. Everyone thought I'd become a beautician,
yes.
But I am now studying my diploma in beauty therapy, and I will hopefully finish in the next few months.
So what's the difference?
Well, makeup is just makeup.
Makeup.
Beauty is everything beauty. So right from your, facials and your specialist skincare treatments and
so
everything.
you are sort of upgrading yourself.
I am. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because we moved into a new place last year. I've set up a home studio now. So I'm just like, I want to use the space. My daughter will start school next year.
Yeah, 5-year-old.
So yes, 4.5. Mm-hmm. 4.5 going on 40 and a half.
40 and a half. That's what happens, eh? That's what happens, and they grow up so quick.
They do. They do. Absolutely.
So work-life balance. Tell me about it.
Oh, that's a hard one. I've been fortunate. I think the value system that we have at home is that bringing up your child is really, it's the most important thing. Yeah. So the kind of work that I've chosen fits in really well with with bringing up a family, bringing up a kid, because I have that flexibility. I don't have to, I'm not. Sometimes the routine can be a bit erratic, I have to admit, but at the same time, there's so much flexibility that I'm really, really, really fortunate to be able to have that, to be doing what I'm doing. I also have a really good support system. My husband is fabulous, never says no for anything.
That's
not that I have to ask him.
Very important, eh?
Absolutely. He is always on board with what I want to do. Not just him, even my in-laws. Honestly, they are the best set of, parents that I could have. Second parents, same, whatever.
Good compliments. Wow.
So, yeah. So absolutely, that's been a massive support system for me, because without that you can't do
follow
anything.
your dreams. You need that support system. Many people say that, oh, मैंने तो सब अकेला किया है. I came all the way on my own. No,
you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The support system.
Absolutely.
It's family, friends.
Absolutely.
The right kind of vibes. You mentioned that.
Yes.
You are all about it.
I'm all about vibes. I'm all about vibes. I think the people you meet, everyone you meet for a reason. What is that? Reason, season, something.
Lifetime.
Yeah, reason, season, lifetime. Sometimes it's for something good. Sometimes, I'm a very positive person, Even in the worst of circumstances, I'll be like I believe that if something good happens, that's amazing. And if something bad happens, that's probably for the better. Like, I genuinely believe that. I think it can be annoying to some people.
Yeah.
But I really do believe that.
Yeah,
So-
things happen for a reason, and okay, so this is funny. So the things that we ask God, please, I need that, and today we are thankful that it didn't happen.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I was telling my friend the other day, I'm like, thank God you didn't end up with that guy. Look at him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
She used to walk barefoot, go to big temples. I want to get married to him. Today
Yeah.
she's like, thank God it didn't
Thank God.
happen. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a good vibes only.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, like if people break up, you know, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Hey, good on you."
Good on you.
Absolutely.
Move on next.
Yeah, move on. You know, there's something good behind this.
Yeah.
You can't see it right now.
That's right.
But it will reveal itself in time. You know, you just got to have faith, keep an open mind, keep an open heart. My dad always said, change is good. So because we moved so many countries while I was growing up, admittedly, my mom found it harder to move a lot of times because obviously it's a huge task
Yeah.
and, you know, a lot of it came on her.
With 2 kids.
Yes,
Yeah.
with 2 kids. But dad always said, change is good, you know, and I think
Keeps everything alive around you.
it does.
Because it's a new start.
It is.
And it's a kind of a challenge.
Absolutely. And whatever you learn, whatever experience you have, never goes to waste.
No, hey.
Never goes to waste. You know, you can't go back and say, why did I do this? Well, it's added something to you, to your personality, that someone else does not have. So, you know, own it.
I know. So you did your school in Saudi Arabia?
No, in Muscat.
Muscat?
I was a toddler in Saudi, but I did my early school in Muscat. Then we lived briefly in Pune for 2 years, and then we moved to East Africa to a place called Dar es Salaam, which is in Tanzania. Beautiful country.
Yes.
And then I moved back to India while my parents continued living there. They moved to Uganda subsequently. I lived in Hyderabad with my grandparents, studied in Aurangabad at IHM.
Changed
And-
your career.
Yeah, started my
Completely.
career.
Yeah.
Came to Bombay, worked there for about 5-6 years in, you know, sales and marketing, travel. And then I came here and,
Why Brisbane?
oh, my husband was already here with his family. So they had already moved here. So, but I love this place.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Beautiful.
You know.
Home.
It's home. It's home. I mean, I know anyone watching this in Bombay will be like, I shouldn't be saying this,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't go back there and live.
No, Brisbane is home.
Brisbane is so wonderful. It's the perfect place to bring up a family. It's, you know, up and coming. It's not as crazy as Sydney and Melbourne.
That's right. That's right.
You know, the traffic is not so crazy. Everything is
True.
half an hour away,
Yeah.
and it's still got a lot of life.
That's right. And the
and good
Olympics is
people.
coming soon.
What's coming soon?
Olympics.
Oh yes, of course.
Growth, development.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm all for all of that.
I know.
I mean, we'll probably be cribbing that, you know, we take 50 minutes to reach places in Brisbane, but
Yeah,
that's
no.
all part of it.
No, Brisbane is beautiful.
It
So,
is.
Sharmeen, you are upgrading yourself, as we mentioned, that you're doing your beauty therapy course.
Yes.
Right? So, what's the future after that?
Oh, well, good question. So I am a very spontaneous person. As much as I am for planning and, you know, setting up myself for things, I'm very spontaneous. I take one day at a time. I plan, but I believe, you know, whatever happens, happens for the best. And I'm constantly evolving, as is everyone, but you just got to realize that that's a process. I will, you know, I'm hoping to sort of have a fully functional studio at home. I also do a bit of emceeing on the sides, which I started last year. So that's something, those are skills that I got from my dad. He was a public speaker and, you know, he trained me right from the time I was little. And getting on to emceeing and weddings and sangeets, it kind of happened by chance, but I have a real passion for it. It really excites me.
I have seen you doing that. So, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, do we, like, as you said, that you actually do the makeup for weddings?
Yes.
Henna for
Yes.
weddings. You can't make a mistake there, Mike. Once you're done, it's done. So, don't you feel pressurized?
Well, Well, that's part of it. There's, challenges and pressures in everyone's work. With henna, I think I've learned to improvise, in fact, because I've done henna at like a lot of music festivals, because I used to do stalls. And sometimes people would be drunk and they'd come back with the whole henna smeared off, or like a part of it smeared off. So I guess that's occupational hazard, and you kind of learn to deal with it. Clean it up a bit, do it, or just redo whatever you have to do. So, yeah.
You're used to it.
You learn from your mistakes.
You live, you learn.
And you hope that the opposite person learns too.
Don't smear it around.
Don't smear it around. I'm like, stay put for half an hour.
Yeah. I love henna.
You do?
I love it. I love it. So when that movie Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam came, and Aishwarya had all these tattoos, So we can't have tattoos. So we girls used to go and put henna and try to act as if we are actresses.
Don't we all do that? Oh, yes, the 3 dots.
I love the 3 dots. And I'm like, oh, look at us.
Such a classic look.
I know, right?
Such a classic look.
So henna was always, I loved it. But 0% art in me. I cannot draw.
I'm sure you're exaggerating.
I can talk. You can talk. I'm good at that. So no. So the reason why I asked is because you need a lot of confidence in the things that you are doing, okay? And because, handling people in weddings, being an MC, handling the relatives is not easy. So if you want to tell our viewers how did you gain that confidence, and if they want to gain it, what they should do?
Well, as far as MCing is concerned, my dad's rule was never write a speech. So, because he said, if you write a speech, then you got to memorize it. And if you forget something that you've memorized, then you're stuck. Whereas if you know what you're talking, you can just roll with it. Spontaneous, absolutely. So even if you've made a mistake, no one knows. Roll with it and move on. Absolutely. So, it's exciting. I mean, if it's something you enjoy, you enjoy. If it's not, it's not. So I think end of the day, whatever you do, you got to love it. You got to have a passion for it. You got to be, even if you're not that good at it, but if you keep trying, you have an open mind and you really want to do it, you can.
Yeah. You just have to have that belief.
You just got to believe.
Faith,
you just got to believe.
Wow.
And surround yourself with the
good
people
vibes.
with the people who, keep giving you that confidence rather than pulling you down.
So, Sharmeen, you mentioned that you were in this hotel industry for 5 to 6 years. You worked in that. And you also mentioned that it's a male-dominated industry. Tell me your experiences.
Well, I think, I worked in kitchen for like a short while, and I think because it's a lot of, it's physically strenuous, working in kitchen 12 hours, 15-hour shifts. I think men just tend to have more physical energy than women. I'm not really getting into, sexism or anything like that. Just the sheer sort of physical part of it is why I said it's kind of male-dominated.
12 to 15 hour shift?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think nowadays, everyone works that way, nurses and, people, doctors, nurses, I have great respect for anyone who's in these life-saving kind of, can't even call them lifestyles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I think maybe it's not fair for me to say it's male-dominated because it's physically strenuous. I'm not saying women can't do it, but I just knew it wasn't for me. And like I said, I like to talk.
Yes,
I'm the frontline person. Put me on the display counter, and I'll do it.
People need the bubbliness and the talk. Yeah, Sharmeen, I've noticed that in life, not everybody get to know their talent in early age, right? There are things that I found out that, I really like this now, like in the last 6 months, I better do that.
Yep.
So finding that passion, was it easy for you? Because you have changed from the hotel industry to the makeup. Did you ever feel that you wasted your time? Or, how did you find out your passion?
I think it was just a process of evolution. everyone evolves. The difference is some people call it a struggle, whereas I call it evolving.
I like that.
I
like
told you
that.
I'm optimistic.
Of course. Oh my God, I have to talk
Wise
here.
quotes.
Oh, that's a wonderful quote. Some people call it struggle.
Yeah.
And you call it
Evolution. Absolutely.
Absolutely correct.
So everyone evolves. You just got to, sit down, reflect on your journey and see what is it you like, what you don't like. And honestly, sometimes you stumble upon things by chance. You just got to, harness that. I believe people are stronger than they think. So, yeah, you just got to, some things are hidden in you.
Yeah.
You just got to find it, stumble on it,
And go for it.
And I think Australia is great in that sense. I'm so grateful to be in this country because I feel this country gives you that lifestyle where shifting careers is not as hard as it is back in India. So this is
land of opportunities.
This is the best place to be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get up any time, make any decision, do what you want, as long as you're not harming anyone.
Absolutely.
Right?
Do good, be good.
Do good,
think
be good. Think good. So where's your salon located, Sharmeen?
I have a home studio and I'm based in Oxley.
Oxley?
Yes.
Oh, not far from here.
Not far. Not far from here.
Yes. So do you train people? What do you do? Do you train students?
No, I don't train students. I'm studying. I'm a student myself at the moment, but I should be finishing up my course pretty soon. I think in the next maybe 4, 5, 6 months at the most.
6 months?
Yeah.
More to go?
Yeah, less than 6 months. It's a self-paced course, so, I can do it at my own pace, and I'm making headway.
So, Sharmeen, the reason why I asked is you've got a 4-year-old kid, right? You're studying. You're a mother and you have to look after the house and work.
And working, yeah.
Too many things going on there, right?
Things.
So the balance, you come, as you know, that, coming from a culture where it is very tough to handle things, and you said that I'm surrounded by really good, supportive people. If everybody are not blessed like that, right? Everybody is not blessed like that. So have you come across anyone who actually is not, and have you advised or helped them out?
Yeah, a bit of a sensitive topic, I guess. I agree that not everyone may be blessed to have a supportive environment, but I think the first step is knowing yourself, believing in yourself. That's really the number one thing. Because if you don't realize what's inside of you, you can't put it out there. The second thing is definitely learning to stand up for yourself, whether it's situations of, work balance or, I think communication is key in relationships and family. I feel that's something that's missing quite often.
Yeah.
So, and it's not just up to one person, Everyone's got to talk, and you've got to try and be on the same page. And just try, I guess you got to be like a little woodpecker and, keep going, don't give up. I know easier said than done.
I know.
But you
But the
try.
place has changed, so the country is different, so you have the more safe here.
Yes.
Secure.
Yes.
So you can raise your voice.
Absolutely.
And tell what you want.
Absolutely. And it's... I think we're in a country where even if I think that's kind of human. Even if your family doesn't support you, you will at some point find a tribe of friends, of, women in our case, who support you. So that's really important. Having a good tribe of people supporting you is a blessing.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely.
Fantastic, Sharmeen. So, Sharmeen, you said that, surround yourself with the women that support each other.
Yes.
And I have seen you in the community meeting and greeting and networking with other ladies, going to women in business events and, catching up with other ladies. And that's the kind of support you're talking about. So do you mean by saying that all the ladies out there, get out, Meet each other.
Yep.
Don't stick to your own community. Don't sit at your home.
Yes.
Right? Just get out. So, how did you do it? Because I remember you saying that you did network in the start.
Yes, I didn't, because I kind of didn't know where to start, but my work was a good outlet for that. And, I eventually, like, Facebook is great.
I love Facebook.
Facebook is great, Instagram is great, but you got to get out of there too. Face to face is the most important,
Human connection.
Absolutely. You just got to get out there, find your tribe. Even if you're not in business, find a mom's group, find a friends group, find a singles group, find a group that loves to go hiking or, partying or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You will find someone somewhere. Don't isolate yourself, because talking to people, knowing people, communicating is important. You got to keep checking in on people, even if you don't know them.
Yeah. Always connect.
Yeah.
So the last question that I would like to ask you is, Sharmeen, what would you advise a 10-year younger Sharmeen today?
Oh, wow. That is an interesting question. I think I would advise myself that I needed to stand up for myself more, and I think just stand up and take bigger steps.
You mean take risks?
Take risks. Like I did take risks, but I think I didn't really. I think when I came here first, I was a bit lost, even though I had a great family and everything, but I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So I think if I had to go back 10 years, like anyone in my place now, I'm just like, I know what to tell them. I can tell them this is how you set up a business. Even if you don't want to do a business, these are your hobbies. This is where you start from. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Don't sit at home. Do something. Get out there.
Wow, I love that. So where can our viewers find you?
You can find me all over Instagram and Facebook.
And Sharmeen Thomas?
Sharmeen Thomas Official.
Sharmeen Thomas Official?
Yes.
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram, yes.
So it's Sharmeen Thomas Official. Please follow Sharmeen for the best makeup and now beauty therapy advices. Thank you so much for your time, Sharmeen.
Thank you, Reena. Lovely to be here with you.
Here.
Thanks.
Thank you.